I'm gonna have a sip of it. Cold one. I'm really impressed, you know, how well we timed everything today.
Good,
you know, it's like as good as it gets, really.
Oh my God, there we are.
Okay, so we're live, finally. Right on time, as I said. Welcome, guys, to the world of Macc Aviation. And today we are in Glasgow, Parsley, is it? How do you pronounce it? Parsley? What is this?
Paisley is the pronunciation. This is Renfrew, which is just next to
Renfrew?
Renfrew.
I was going to ask you how to pronounce it because I knew, I did try to pronounce it a few times in different configurations. Renfrew, okay. And when I was going outside, I could hear the prop.
Yeah, it's only half a mile away from the runway.
Half a mile, oh, right.
The runway runs, I can see the planes take off out the front window and at the back door, so the runway is just, it runs sort of that way.
I got you.
So it's good for spotting.
Nice.
Even when it's raining, you can watch them from the house.
Yeah, I bet, if it's only half a mile. Right, guys, good morning, good evening. Part 2 of fun just started, so hope you are well. And so the chat is already on fire there. a lot of great people with us. So hope you are well, guys, and welcome to Iain's Lounge.
Good evening, everybody.
Yeah, go on. Well, we just need to see what's going on with the camera there. Carry on, don't be shy, matey. Don't be shy.
Good evening, welcome to Renfrew. It's nice to have you all here tonight. Arek was kind enough to come up and wants to have a chat with me, so hopefully I won't bore you too much. But if you've got any questions at all, please put them in the chat and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Yeah,
sure you will. You know, it's just like a friendly chat with the friends, you know. So it's
Henna's being cheeky already.
She is. She's
just terrible. These fins, they're awful.
It always makes me wonder if all thin people are like that, or just the one and only Henna. Eh?
Maria's asking me to get you to say Milngavie.
To get you to see what?
Milngavie. It's a place in Glasgow. It's an area of Glasgow called Milngavie, but it's spelt like that on the screen there, Milngavie, but it's pronounced Milngavie.
Oh, okay. Milngavie. Just, you know that. Okay, cool. Right, just bear with me 1 second, and okay, cool. That's it. Up. Right, so nice and relaxed. I was obviously when I was driving to Iain, I kind of left Macc Street a bit too late and just kind of sat-nav was showing 4 hours to get here. I managed to get 4 hours. I got here in 3, and luckily there was no much traffic.
Not much roadworks. That's always a bonus when you're travelling so far.
Exactly. But usually, when you going through Highlands, it's okay. But obviously, especially once you get near Glasgow, things are getting.
It can get busy.
Tricky, yeah. Right. Okay. Cool. So let's see who's with us first of all. Like I said, I've seen a lot of great names already there. Andy, Tracy, Henna, Matt. Boom. Yep. We also have Sean. Welcome to the Glasgow. Hammy just make a cheeky comment. And your picture you make, you looks like a serial killer. Surely you had a better one.
Thanks.
But we don't know. Maybe he's a serial killer. So if I'm not around tomorrow,
you'll know.
Raise a concern.
You'll read about it in the paper next week.
Yeah. In 3 years' time. First going to be disappearance of a pole in Glasgow, and then it's going to be 3 years later, a body found. No. It's a good. I like this pic. It's a good one. Boom, boom, boom. Maria, hello. Good to see you. Is playing crazy around you? Say hello to her from us. Obviously, got Roy, our man who knows things.
Yes, he's in the know.
Absolutely. Dwayne Curley. Good to see you, Dwayne. Welcome to Glasgow. Scottish Linda. Okay, I'm a wee biased, but we cannot beat a Scottish accent. No, yeah, I know. Just before we started, I did mention to Iain, just kind of try to talk slowly, just in case people.
Believe it or not, it's English. It's just
yeah, well, he said to me, oh yeah, I don't know whether people will be able to understand my Glasgowian accent, but I just said to him, well, listen, you have to think about Scottish accents to start with, and then obviously we can move on to from that one. No, it's all good fun. And we also got Wolfie. Good evening to you, Lorraine. Hope you are good. And Ken Alloway, welcome to the stream, Ken. And thanks, Honey, for extending your premium with the channel. Still here, 100%. Nice one. Right, so I'm getting good evening, Daniel as well. Daniel Watkins also joined the squad, and Silky Sam Calm. Welcome to the stream, mate. Hope you're well. You had a good sleep this morning. When we finish in, I asked Tracy. It was like 11 o'clock. Where is Sam? He's still in bed.
right.
Still in bed. Catching up. Oh, look at that. He's
Lucky for some.
He's a man who's giving away. Thanks for dropping the 5 gifties with the support of our amazing community. You like I said, that's a brilliant effort, mate. Right, we're moving over to Mr. Fleming again. So, what's your life story, man?
Oh my goodness, it's a long story.
Oh yeah, we love the long story. We've got all evening actually, so we can brag as long as you want.
It all started a number of years ago, shall we say. I come from the west end of Glasgow. It's a place called Knightswood, which is a sort of small suburb of, as I say, in the west end of Glasgow. I lived there many years, and it's where actually my interest in aviation started.
Okay.
Because my father's house, strangely enough, it's almost, if you drew a line from where I live just now in Renfrew over the runway and over to my dad's house, it's almost a straight line.
Oh, was it?
So he was on the flight path as well, with the planes coming in and out. And I would look out of the window as a young child and not even know what a plane was, but I was fascinated by these strange machines that would fly across the sky. So I was introduced to planes at a very early age.
And it was at the good old times when the planes were loud.
Oh yeah.
There was nothing like
nothing but now,
noise restriction on anything like it.
My father at the time had the old style of windows. It was like metal steel windows. They all had the individual panes, and every week there was at least one or two would be cracked. He was forever repairing the windows. We got used to it, and it was funny because eventually you would become immune to the noise. You wouldn't know.
You're getting used to it. Yeah.
If I had friends over, what's that noise? What's happening? It's just a plane, all right. Is that what it is? So that was my sort of early introduction to planes.
Mm-hmm.
My father used to take me over to Glasgow Airport. And in those days, you could actually stand quite close to the runway. It wasn't like now you've got to get through all sorts of security.
Yeah.
You can't even see planes, as it were, from the main building. But in those days, they had a viewing area, a viewing platform, and you could see people with their binoculars and scanners and things like that, listening into aviation and the pilots to the air traffic control. So that fascinated me as a child.
Right.
And the interest has just really went from there. As I say, I live quite close to the airport anyway. I go around there quite a lot and just sit at the side and watch what's happening. I've got a small handheld scanner.
Oh yeah.
So I can listen to what's going on too. So yeah, that was my.
So what you doing for your throughout your professional life? You've been what type of?
Oh goodness, I've done all sorts of things. I started life as a a laboratory technician in a
Oh, yeah?
hospital in
Wow.
Glasgow. That was many years ago, and I've moved from there to.
Was it an interesting job?
It was yes. It was the pathology department of all places.
Really?
I worked in, so
Sounds scary.
it could be at times. It took a lot of getting used to, but it was good. I enjoyed it, but sadly, cutbacks and things. The department actually closed, and the hospital I was in. Everybody moved to another hospital called Stob Hill.
Oh yeah.
In Glasgow, but I decided to leave at that point. And then I've done various jobs since then. I've worked in local government. I worked in the Department for Work and Pensions for a while. I've worked in various social care
Oh yeah,
roles
you
as
are
well.
very much into it. I know.
So that's been the sort of mainstay of what I've done. At the moment, I work with Quarriers. I support a gentleman with learning disabilities and
Oh yeah.
schizophrenia. So it can be quite challenging,
Schizophrenia,
but
really?
interesting at the same time. So it's
Was it not a little bit scary? What's schizophrenia? Just sounds like
it's one of these.
there is a bit of a myth behind this, isn't it?
It's one of those conditions that's quite misunderstood. But if it's well controlled with medication,
Okay.
like his is, it's very rarely a problem.
Oh, okay.
It's just supporting the person, in their everyday tasks.
Okay.
That they're not too confident or good at doing all these things themselves. So it's my role is to support them in just their day-to-day living, making meals, getting their shopping, just the normal things.
You go
anybody
shopping
would do.
with him?
Yes, aye. Oh no, actually, he at the moment is housebound. He doesn't go out.
Oh,
it's
okay.
just part of his condition. He gets very nervous and very
Oh, is it?
agitated if he thinks he's going out his house.
Oh, I got you.
So we do all that for him on his behalf.
Oh, okay.
But I enjoy the job. It's something that I think you either like it or hate it.
No.
Social care. It's one of these jobs people
Not for
come into
everyone.
and they think it's making cups of tea for people and that's it. But it's very much more to it. You're looking after people's interests. You're writing care plans for them. You're doing all sorts of things to just really to enable them to have the best life as possible.
Yeah.
But
It's not like an office. You don't spend any time in the office. Just like.
oh no, it's not. It's not an office-based job. It's certainly the way my shifts work. I start at 10 o'clock in the morning, finish at 11 o'clock at night, and we do a sleepover shift. Actually, sleep
Really?
in the house that the chap lives in.
Wow.
So it's a 24-hour shift.
Wow.
So in a way, it's good you're there. So you might as well be there for the morning shift as well. There's no travelling backwards and forwards to Renfrew. It's Clydebank I work in, which is about 20-minute drive from here over the Erskine Bridge. Mm-hmm. So it's easy to get to. It's something, as I say, that I enjoy. So that's been mostly what I've done. I was also a driving instructor for a number of years too. The area I stayed at the time over in Knightswood at the time, it was very competitive.
Was it?
There was so many people in a sort of mile radius of where I stayed. There was maybe 10 driving instructors.
Was it really?
So you could think out the box and do things that were extra.
Was it not a stressful job?
It can be at times, but you're really in control of things. You've got dual controls, you've got a dual
do you?
brake and a clutch.
You do
And
have,
can
okay.
it never happened. You can grab the steering wheel
You have
of
to
a
have,
pupil.
yeah. Have you ever any incidents with that? Anything major or anything funny? Or
Well, what I did find was if somebody doesn't want, it's like anything. If somebody doesn't want to do it, it's difficult for them to actually learn.
Yeah.
I had one particular young man. He just turned 17, and his mother had arranged a driving lesson for him, a 2-hour driving lesson, which is unusual for a first lesson. It's quite a lot for a learner to take in.
Yeah.
So he sat in the car. He just sat with his arms folded. And you're trying to encourage people on their first lesson. I was asking him, "Are you looking forward to this?" Not particularly was his answer. So if you get something like that, somebody's saying they're not particularly interested in it, it's going to be a difficult job.
Absolutely.
So we did the usual sort of things you do in a first lesson with someone, making them familiar with the controls and perhaps getting to the point that they're moving off and stopping.
Yeah.
That's about it. That's as far as you take somebody. But he just had no interest in learning. So at the end of it, he says, "I don't think I'll be back out again." I said, "No, I think that's a good idea." But his mother, when I explained to her, she says, "Oh, that's a pity, but I did think he might be like that." I thought, well, why push somebody into something they don't want to do?
Yeah,
Because it would make it harder for him.
I know, but
You know, but,
some people, some parents are like that.
Yeah, they pushed up their kids.
Bossy.
Yeah, maybe the wrong way. But on the plus side, there was a lot of good pupils as well. It's very rewarding when you take somebody from not being able to drive to passing their driving test. So, you know, you hopefully the way I teach and it seemed to come across well to people. They seemed to learn a lot from it, which was good.
Right.
But again, it was getting to the point, it was so competitive, it wasn't cost effective to do it.
No, it's
really. So, as I say, I've sort of went from social care to that back into social care again. It seems to be that's my thing. That's the job I'm most comfortable in.
I've got a request from Hannah says asking, can you zoom in on Iain when he's talking?
Oh, don't do that.
You want to have a close up on Iain?
That'll frighten you. Excuse me.
No, that's fine, mate.
So yeah, it's been an interesting career so far.
Good
I don't anticipate sort of changing.
Are you following the chat, man? Or I think because we don't. Maybe you can fire up your phone, or maybe because I don't want to miss.
Let me have a look.
We got to see Aviation Action Scotland, the good old days of Tridents and back. Oh yes, I'm talking about when he was a youngster.
Me? Oh.
that was loud.
That was a long time ago.
Okay, well, Capitano, good evening to you. Where's the hot chocolates? I mean, we got water. I've got a bottle of Coke. That's our chocolates today. Andy D is asking, did you stop off the C5 in Prestwick? No, I didn't. I was driving straight from Macclesfield to Glasgow without stops, trying to kind of catch up with the time.
A long drive.
Yeah, 238 miles it was.
A long way.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, literally we set up everything and start. We were ready 1 minute ahead of the time, which was kind of quite lucky.
Good timing.
Yeah, it was actually. It was.
Just when you mentioned Prestwick, I used to live down in Ayr many years ago.
Yeah, is that the one on the coast?
Yes, that's right. It's just very near Prestwick, and again, that was another opportunity. When my son was quite small, I used to take him to Prestwick Airport.
Nice.
And at that time, there was a lot of 747 activity. It was mostly cargo flights I did from Prestwick, but it was interesting to see, the 747s, which don't come in obviously too much here now. They seem to be getting phased out quite a bit.
747, it's only a few airlines fly the commercial 747s, So definitely Mark.
It was good to see.
One of the time.
But in the good old days.
El Capitano, who's Iain Fleming? So Iain Fleming is our moderator on the chat, and he's been with us since we started literally in January, in July, August 2022, I think it was.
Right.
Yeah, 2022. So it's been a while.
That's right.
On and off, obviously, Iain has changed job a few times, and some of the timings weren't as convenient for him. So it was kind of, but it was Iain, Wolfie, and Roy were the first.
That's right. 3
moderators there with us.
I took a break from moderating because I felt at the time I'd other commitments, and
exactly.
I felt to be a moderator you've got to really commit to doing this. But Arek kindly persuaded me to come back again, and I'm glad I did, because as I say, I get a great enjoyment from being on the channel and watching the chat, especially, as well as the planes. It's good to interact with everybody and get to know you all a bit better. Yeah.
So we get this Silky Sam asking, how did you get into aviation? But I think we just kind of...
Well, it was from an early age, Sam. It was, as I say, I used to watch planes before I even knew what they were called. And that was really the sort of spark that sort of made me interested in aviation. And recently, I got involved with, there's a company not far from here called Macc Aviation. And
I heard about this. Yeah.
And they have 2 setups. They have a 737 setup, and an A320 setup, and you can go along there, and you would swear you're in a real aircraft.
Yeah.
It's so lifelike and so realistic. You can do all sorts of things. I've been a few times. The first time I did just general takeoffs and landings from Glasgow because I thought that was more familiar.
Yeah, sure. Well, that's how we start with something you know.
Yeah, I felt comfortable doing that. But then the instructor was saying, well, we should do something a bit more challenging next time. So I've done sort of holds, diverts to other airports, emergencies, depressurisation, engine failures, things like that. So they really sort of push you. But they brief you beforehand, and they're always ready to step in and take over.
If necessary.
But I would recommend it for anyone that's interested in aviation. Go along to a simulator because it's quite an experience.
Similar, but I think you have to practice a little bit. Just like, have you been doing any flying sim? Have you? I'm guessing you have. Yeah. Like flight sims, have you been?
Flight simulator like Microsoft.
Before you went to the Ascent Aviation.
I had a bit of a misspent youth. I must have clocked up a few thousand hours on Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I bought all the additional aircraft, all the PMDG stuff, and the I think it's called Phoenix Solutions, or the Airbus specialists. Mm-hmm. So on the screen I had the cockpit of a very realistic looking aircraft.
Okay, gotcha.
So I went to the simulator, it was almost identical. In fact, the simulators are so realistic they have the pilots come in from Glasgow Airport and do training on them. So as I say, if you're quite geeky, you like all the gadgetry and buttons.
You do.
It's a very good experience to get involved with. It's
you got to get involved, obviously. Yeah.
When you get it actually back on the ground, you think, well, I must have achieved something. I've got something right. We won't mention the crash landings that happened. We won't talk about them.
It's part of the learning curve, you know.
Luckily, nobody was injured.
We got Matt Stream joining. How you doing, pal? Good to see you, man. Thanks for inviting us into your Adobe.
Matt Smith. Hello, Matt. How are you?
Yeah. So, what was the first plane you flew on night then? Remember?
Well, that was so. It wasn't actually that long ago. I say that long ago. I was 29 before I actually flew anywhere, and it was. I was married still at the time, and myself and my wife went to Corfu. It was Monarch Airlines.
Okay.
I think it was A330s. I think old rust buckets. They were really terrible aircraft, but at the time, a few years ago, I wasn't really sort of as much into aviation or knew as much about it as I do now. But looking back, it was a scary experience for the first time.
Was it? Yeah.
I just felt when they shut the doors, I want to get off it. I can't do this. My wife was saying, "Pull yourself together, pull yourself together." But I'm glad I did. And now it's the opposite. I can't stay away from aircraft. It's like it's went completely the other way.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
So yeah, that was my first ever flight.
A bit edgy, but obviously things got better after that.
Yeah, it certainly did. It's and I remember one flight I went on. I was going to visit a friend who lived in Portugal, so it was Glasgow to Faro, and it was a nighttime flight. And there was this woman sitting beside me, and she was very, very nervous. So she kept looking out the window. When are we going? I said, "Don't worry, we'll go when we're ready." And as you know, at night they put the lights out. So she was really panicking. Why you put the lights out?
Okay.
I didn't want to say it so you can see the emergency exit in a hurry. I said, so you get a good view outside. Oh, that's good. And she started to look out the window. So we were taxiing along the taxiway, and she kept saying, "This isn't too bad. I thought it would be."
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, it was different. Experience before internet era.
That's
obviously, so now you can see everything before you do anything.
So we were taxiing down towards the runway,
right?
And as I say, she thought this is okay. I says, well, we've not actually really started yet. Oh, right. Yeah. And so we took off, and she grabbed my hand. It was quite funny. And she said, "Oh my goodness, what's happening?" I says, "Don't worry, it'll be fine." But once we got up in the air, as you know, things are settled, and she was. I quite like this. I said, "That's good. I'm glad you find it.
Yep.
Find it interesting."
Now we got Maria Teresa joining, as well as Breakerbird with us as well, a man from Texas. Welcome to the stream, Brian. Hope you're well, buddy.
Breaker, hello.
Shine, good evening. Okay, that's You got any bad experience on the plane?
I was going to, again, at the time I had friends in Portugal. I was going on this particular day, and Faro is apparently known for fog.
Okay.
Because of the atmospheric conditions in Portugal. It's very near the south, what's on the south coast of Portugal, and you could see the fog was really, really thick, and the pilot came over the sort of, intercom saying, "Well, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice that we've not landed yet." And I was, what's going on? He said, well, I'm going to give it another 10 minutes, so he said, I'll be back to you shortly. So we just kept circling and circling all the time. And eventually, the worst thing a pilot could say, he said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to take a stab at this landing because we're running out of fuel.
Oh,
So
really?
that wasn't the most clever thing to say to MD Nervous. You hear shrieks going up, what's going on?
Hey, people are shouting, yeah.
But we got there.
Was it that long ago? Was it that?
About 20 years ago. It's maybe things are different now. They've got different categories of ILS systems, and you can land no bother in sort of low level conditions. But in those days, it was very much, flying by the seat of your pants, as it were.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I got you.
So it's changed days, but it'd be easy now to do. It's not a huge problem. The weather, but yeah, that was a bit of a hair-raising experience. Hello, this is Mitzi. She'll probably make an appearance now and again.
So cute.
She'll be 6 months next week, so she's still very young.
She is. She's so cute.
Very
nosy.
Star of the show, yeah. Very knows into everything.
She's cute.
Well.
So what's on your top 3 destinations you want to visit?
Well, I would firstly like to go probably to New Zealand.
Oh yeah.
Because it's the furthest you can actually go from the UK.
Okay, yeah.
And also earlier on the stream I was talking to Mitsuko.
Yeah.
And she's given me an invitation to come to Japan, so that would be quite an experience. I think
Tokyo,
to go there to see that. It's you see these places on TV or watch videos, but I think actually having the experience is totally different. Getting there,
absolutely.
Experiencing people.
If you plan it that well in advance, it's not that expensive.
Yeah, it's one of these things. If it's an ambition you've got, then you'll find a way to do it.
I think when I was
it'll happen.
Because I was invited to a Spotter Fest to Australia for next year, but obviously I wouldn't go there on my own.
Yeah,
so I started looking there.
It's a long flight to get there.
But to go there with with all the family, and it's like
it's a lot of
four tickets. So it's like
it's a lot of money.
£4,000. So it's £1,000 return ticket.
Yeah, it's very expensive. It's expensive to get there.
£1,000. It is and it isn't if you think about this.
Yeah.
Well, obviously everything there it's kind of quite pricey in Australia
right.
and New Zealand. It's famous for high standard of living, and obviously the prices there are quite steep.
Yeah.
For
it's one of these holidays. It would be probably a once in a lifetime thing, but you could add it to your list of places that you would like to visit.
Yep.
But I've actually never been out of Europe. In all the years I have been flying, the furthest I've been is probably the Canary Islands.
Okay.
I've never been outside of Europe.
Oh.
So it's something
you have to make it up.
I know. I want to.
Different cultures is kind of you can
get
love it or hate it
and see different things. That's true.
We got a question from Matt. Best thing about being mod of this great channel, Iain?
The best thing I find is speaking to people, because I think it's important because Arek's created the channel, and obviously the main focus is on the aircraft and planes, but I think it's also good. We've got a good community of people, and as I say, I like coming on and just having a general chat with you. We can have quite a good laugh at times, and I think that's important to have a balance between the sort of educational side, as it were, that Arek's providing, and having a you know, having a place that you feel safe and feel comfortable.
Yeah,
that
well,
you can chat in
that's
as
the thing,
well.
trying to find a balance there.
A lot of streams or streamers don't appreciate that. That I always say it's the job within the job. You're primarily focusing on aviation, but there's so much going on in the chat, and it's important to remember. I was just saying this to Arek earlier, that the names that come up on the screen, it's not just names. There's actually people, you know, sitting behind the screen watching what's going on. So you know, I think it's important to create a good atmosphere. So yeah, I would say that's primarily. I feel quite privileged, you know, being able to speak with you all, and creating that kind of welcoming and safe atmosphere for you to be who you are. Basically, you know, I think that's a good thing to be able to do.
Yeah.
So that's the important thing. That's the thing I most enjoy.
Good.
As well as watching the planes, of course.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, well, I think community is a big part of it. You know. We got Calvin Davies talking about New Zealand. Calvin joining us from New Zealand.
Oh,
so
yeah.
good morning, I think, for you, isn't
right,
it? Yeah.
It'll be early there.
Is it 13 hours ahead they are?
That's right. That's
so
right there.
it's not that bad. It's 8:30, I think.
Or something. That's right.
Good stuff.
Breakers said, in the early days of Macc Aviation, Iain always made me feel so welcome. One of the very first folks I interacted with regularly. I'm glad you think so, Brian. It was good to, as I say, bring people together and just to create that good atmosphere for people. I mean, we've all got things going on in our lives, and there's you know, sad things and not so nice things going on in the world at the moment. But I think just to have that break, just to have that time, you can just forget about things, come into a channel and have that conversation. That's a good thing to have.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what
a bit of escapism from the real world.
You know, but that's how I try to keep this kind of a channel. You know, we can talk. By the way, shout out to Sean Northcote, who's kind of carry on giving today.
What a star!
Fantastic, man. Thank you once again, and congrats to all the ones who just got more freebies from South Africa going to the world. Thanks once again, Sean. Really, really great support. Absolutely, 25 already today. That's amazing, man. Seriously, help us a lot.
Aviation Action in Scotland saying he's sitting in his living room in Coat Bridge. Coat Bridge is just an area of Glasgow. You're not far away.
And have you been like visiting at other airports in Scotland, or just like?
I've never been to any in Scotland, apart from Prestwick and Glasgow. Haven't even been to Edinburgh. I was down at RAF Fairford a couple of years ago at Riat.
Yeah, that's
that was quite an experience.
My favourite place.
But I'd sore feet after that. There's so much walking about.
Yes, it is.
to do it.
You have to have a good,
you need to have a
good
car
stamina.
or something to get about. No, I've never actually been to anywhere else in Scotland. Oh, when I was in Amsterdam, and I went to Schiphol, and they've got quite a good setup.
That was just recently.
Yeah, that was last year, and I managed to, you know, they've got a good viewing platform. That's very open. You can see what's going on there. Also, when I was in Gran Canaria a couple of years ago, they have the same sort of setup. It's very open, like Glasgow used to be.
Oh, okay.
They seem to still
Gran Canaria.
Yes, and the main airport there is very sort of spotter friendly.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was good as well. But yeah, well, maybe it's on the agenda to go elsewhere to get a bit more experience in other places.
Fair enough. Okay. Take a peel. Sorry, guys.
Scottish Linda said, Iain, you should sing the Jelly Piece song for Macc in your normal accent, and the chat will go mad asking for subtitles. Well, do you know something? I have to admit, I don't know the song, so I can't do it. I've heard of it, but I couldn't tell you the words of it. Thankfully, because I'm not singing. not that way musically inclined.
We've got more presents, more gifts coming from Donnison's family. So Tracy, thumbs up, massive
Very much.
shout out to you for 5 gifts on top of the one you have already given away this morning. So brilliant effort. Thanks for that one, and congrats once again to all the guys who just got a freebie. That's good stuff.
Breakers saying the community has been built as part of this channel is remarkable, and many have worked very hard to get it where it is today. Many thanks for the hard work we've all put in. I have to agree. I mean, Arek, as you know, streams in all weathers and at all times, so it's down to his hard work and dedication that the channel's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of long-term plan there, so you get motivation there.
You've got that motivation that will happen.
Yeah, I've got to do it. But yeah, it's so. I mean, considering the limited amount of time I've got, I think we have just we have done absolutely amazing work, and we've done we built something really so we can all be proud of.
Absolutely, I think it's a team effort, as it were. As I say, I'm quite privileged to be a moderator, and the way I look at moderating, it's like you're Arek's eyes and ears of what's going on in the channel.
Yeah,
you're concentrating on the aircraft, and we're concentrating.
That's right. Yeah, well, I mean, doing the live streaming, it's that's one thing, but obviously building communities all the time. You've got outside of streams, and obviously this is the thing. I'm kind of feeling a bit guilty about that. That's I don't have that amount of time for everything. But obviously, this all will come with time. So I do hope that 2025 is going to be a year of a change for me, and it's going to be the year when I'm finally be able to kind of move away from 9 to 5, going over. So
that's a dream come true. Doing what you love to do. That's not a job. That's just.
It is, because you have to. Because I think it's first of all, massive shout out to the man from Texas. Breakerbird has dropped 10 gifties. So thanks, Brian, for continued support, and it's just like absolutely amazing stuff. So really appreciate that a lot, as you might guess, But yeah, it's just like people don't realize how much how much of hard work it's to make YouTube as an additional income. That's one thing, but to make a living from it, this is kind of a next level. And
that's tricky.
But like I said, I think I do believe it will happen, because considering the amount of time I'm not spending on the channel, I'm spending on my job, and if I will be able to dedicate all that towards the channel.
That's right. Yeah.
Plus, also obviously planning. I've got some. Which I have been doing a little bit of like a videography as well on top, so this is kind of additional source of project and income. So yeah, but obviously once I get time for it, I'm sure it will all lift off. Obviously once we'll get Macc Aviation to over 100,000, hopefully things will get better. I also got the idea of once I will be again full time on YouTube. I'm also thinking about starting that Polish channel when we will be doing the streams in Polish. This is the only one. It will be the only one in the world.
It'd be quite unique.
But I mean, I'm sure there will be the quickly people will start doing the same thing like they did with everything else. Like even at the south side, there's a lot of people kind of. But there's some of them. I got a funny feeling they just kind of copying others' ideas without we're having. I promise we're gonna stay positive, so we're not going into that.
I think it's
rabbit hole.
If you consider the amount of time you've been doing this, and the number of subscribers that we have now, 44,000. That's an amazing. In a long, quite a relatively short period of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it can only improve. And I think people that imitate, you used to say imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah.
So if you're being imitated by other people, it's a good sign. You must be doing something right, that people want to copy your method. And want
But
to
the thing
copy
is,
your
it's a one thing, you know. The thing is, things will get a little bit more complicated when you've got kids, you know, and you got family to look after. So that's the
other
only,
life.
So that's the only caveat to that. But I mean, we'll give it a push. We'll try.
That's all you can do.
Yeah.
If you put in the time and the commitment, then it's bound to happen.
Yeah, I think so. And also shout out to Maria, Matt Travel Adventures. Dropping a gifty. Thanks again for this one, Maria. Really, really appreciate your awesome support. Great stuff. Hans Olaf Morg has joined us. Good evening to you, sir. Spoiler alert. No, it's not spoiler alert. Just the auto promotion. I know I've seen Hans, and I just reminded myself. First couple of the days of January is gonna be super cool, guys. For those of you who love Scottish streams. So 2nd of January we are at Aberdeen to start the season with the Helicopter Haven. Then on the 3rd, which is the 3rd of January, which is Friday, we're going to Edinburgh for the first commercial arrival of the Emirates A350. Emirates decided to use the route to Dubai to Edinburgh as their launch route. So that's the scheduled arrival of that aircraft. It's 6:30. Probably start stream about an hour, but probably 2 hours before that. And then so stream will finish late. So I'm not driving down to Macc Street to do our regular Saturday show from Manchester, and instead I probably will do either Glasgow or I will go to Edinburgh once again on that day. So see how it goes. But first 3 days, it's going to be a lot of Scottish aviation on Macc Aviation.
Put a note in your diaries.
Yeah. I mean,
don't miss them.
I did a schedule yesterday, guys, and it's going to be quite. There's going to be quite a few streams before now, and the 3rd of Jan, I think there's like 13 streams, so it is going to be a lot of aviation. Like I said, I'm trying to give it a push, a little bit of push, you know. Yeah. Sergey, good evening. Thanks for tuning in, matey. We've got Jonas Merman. Good evening to you, Jonas.
Leo Heggie saying, I am from Scotland. Whereabouts are you, Leo? Where are you from?
What was that?
Leo Heggie, I am from Scotland. Doesn't say where.
Okay. What is going on there? Come on, go away.
Oh, Dumfries. That's the south, it's kind of southeast of Scotland. Dumfries, that's quite.
What's that?
He lives in Dumfries, which is quite near the.
Oh, you're
the
Jan.
Yeah, it's quite far down.
We got Sean saying Iain had no reason to be nervous because what a gentle soul to listen. So natural.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I feel much better. You know, I don't know what I was worried about, because I consider you friends. I don't know, I haven't met a lot of you, but I feel we have a really good relationship on the channel, and
I think
it's all good. It's just like a family. It's like to quote the old cliche, it's like a family.
It is, but I mean, I think it's just like being in front of the cameras, and you know, and then you're thinking about how do I look, and you know, it's obviously Iain, just like most of people, doesn't realize how much it takes to set up the venue. So it's a lot of little things and tweaks, and
I'd just like to say something. I was chatting to Arek before we set up, and as most of you know, I was quite ill in September. I took quite a severe chest infection, and I was hospitalised for a fortnight. And at the time it was really severe. And in fact, on my discharge, the consultant said to me I was very lucky not to be in intensive care. That's how serious it was.
Wow.
I'm not meaning to get negative. I just want to say,
no, that's fine.
You know, it was a serious time, and it was a very sort of I'll be honest, it was a frightening time, because you know, if you're in hospital, things are happening. You don't know what's going on. It's really, it can be a daunting experience. But I must thank everybody that kept in touch with me. Not only on the stream, I think I saw one or two while I was in there, but out with the stream on other social media, you were such a support to me. I'm getting quite kind of emotional thinking about it.
Yeah.
But really, I appreciate your concern. And,
absolutely.
You were a real bonus to me when I was feeling quite down a lot of the time, and I would get messages from you, wishing me well and asking how I was doing. So I just wanted to say a real big thank you to everybody that was with me at that time. Health-wise, things aren't too good at the moment. I was saying to Arek, and as some of you may know, I went to my optician on Monday, and she noticed I had the start of a detached retina in my eye, so I was referred to hospital for emergency eye surgery this week, which went ahead.
It always makes you kind of wonder and scary if you got a surgery arranged from one day you've got assessment and next day you've
tomorrow.
got. I know. So they
the other consultant that I saw in the local hospital, he was, get this done as soon as possible. So it went well. I've
as soon as possible. Meaning in UK
right
means
now,
3 months.
It's usually a long time. When it's the next day, you've got to take it seriously. But
they say the next day, you say, bloody hell, do I have a brain tumour or something?
You get to the point you think, just do whatever needs to be done. Just get me out of here. But,
right, just to get shout out to the legend, Mr. Smith, dropping 5 gifts again.
Thank you very much.
What a great guy you are, man. Absolutely amazing support, buddy. Thank you very much for that. Oh yeah, lads. So yeah, it's
so yeah, on the mend. It's going to take maybe a few weeks to get back to normal, whatever that is.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to say thank you all for your concern. It was really very much appreciated.
Yep. Just bear with me to plug my tablet. By the way, Matt, Vodafone, it's rubbish in Glasgow.
Not good.
Just for you to know.
For your information, not good.
Vodafone, it doesn't work. At least in Glasgow. It might be different tomorrow. I'll let you know in Edinburgh. But yeah, Glasgow, it's a no-no. 12:34. Good evening to you, sir. Hope you're well. Yeah, it's a good point. Matt is saying. I'm always surprised how much these streams helps people who are suffering, and I mean we get that comment quite a lot. People like, I don't remember how many people have been saying about they are in a hospital bed and they just kind of I remember a guy who was after the heart attack and you have to kind of keep it quiet, and because there's something about planes, it's like
certainly it's a common interest.
This is like kind of ASMR thing.
It brings people together.
And it is kind of, they can be kind of quite kind of soothing, and plus obviously we've got non-shouty community, and we obviously my personality, it's not like that, so I think that's kind of set the tone for everything else, and it's some people like it, some people like Jerry Dyer from from Big Jets TV. Shout out to him. I think he's the one who started everything, like live streaming, and so he's a character.
He kicked things off.
Love him or hate him, he's
certainly there with a voice.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. I like the,
I think everybody, let's not be silly. There are other streams there, and I'm sure a lot of our watchers go into other streams, and I think that's good because you can then compare ours to whatever's going on everywhere else, and I think there's a place for everybody. Your style is very different from say Simon or whoever else is doing a stream. It's very different, and I think you attract people that are right for you, and I think that's what makes us such a good community.
I agree.
It's one of these things. There's a place for everybody, and if you don't like the sort of atmosphere in a stream, then move on. And I think it's testament. You mentioned people mention their health conditions. I see that as a positive thing.
I think
it's because we've created this community in this environment in if you like, a safe space for people to feel comfortable.
Yeah, I know.
To say, look, I don't feel too good today, but the planes make me feel better.
Yeah.
You know, that must be an amazing thing to hear when you're actually there and people are saying, you're helping me, my mental health, more than anything.
Yeah,
as well.
we do get that quite a lot. And,
you know, it's
I agree with it.
It's a great thing. It really is.
So that's the. But that again, I've been telling that to you guys. It's about. Obviously, numbers are important. Obviously, having in mind that I would like to make it like my full-time job. But obviously, the
quality over quantity.
That's the one. Yeah.
Quality
so it's always
quantity.
The quantity will come as like I said, as soon as you will be able to dedicate enough time.
What amazes me is, you know, we get viewers from all over the world. It's how did they get to know that, you know, and how did they get? They must hear. That's
what I mean.
Other people. It's amazing how people seem to come together.
It is so cool. I mean, even like, you know, we've few, you know, we've got Sean from South Carolina, so South Africa, Breaker, Texas. I mean, there's a big. It's plane spotting always been big in America, but it's like we've got like, you know, Netherlands, Germany, Indonesia, Tokyo. I mean, everywhere. Paraguay. I remember there was a gentleman who was.
That's right.
Every now and then he's popping in to watch our shows from Paraguay. So yeah, seriously, it's just like so. And even Sergey, who's now watching us from Moscow. Shout out to you, Sergey, for being so loyal and always popping into our streams. It's great to have you. Army Man Travels, welcome again, Breakerbird. Breakerbird. Army Man Travels, Bob, obviously. Thanks for tuning in once again. Oh yeah, that's right. Good question. Shout out to Matt once again. When's Iain heading to Manchester for some Southside hospitality?
Oh well.
Yeah.
Maybe shortly. Maybe one day.
No, maybe
I'll be down that way.
Just wait for maybe for a bit longer days, because at the moment it's like.
That's right. I feel, you know, once I get back on my feet as it were health wise, you know, which won't be too long. It'll be sort of into just the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
I feel I can get back to the normal routine again, which will be good.
Get your health sorted out first. Yeah, absolutely.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good call, man. But yeah, I mean, you obviously you're coming over. You're more than welcome to, you know, stay my place, so you don't have to. You don't have to spend 50 quid for whatever.
It's strange, isn't it? I just saw. I think it was Brian who mentioned.
Brian, good evening, by the way.
The world a smaller place in more ways than one. I think it does, and I think it's a common interest. That people have, no matter the language. It's like the international language is aviation in a way. You know, you don't have to speak any particular language to get some benefit from the streams.
I agree. Hard to not to agree. 65.
Hello, Bob. Nice to. Yes, well, yes. It's just nice to put a face to the name. It's not a pretty face at the moment.
Yeah, it's you know, it's not a pretty face. We know what I mean. Talking about pretty face, you know, look at my face. It's all about fun. You know, we leave pretty faces to big TVs and big channels. We live in the real world. We're just minions. We're just normal people. We look how we look, and that's you know, that's as long as we feel okay with ourselves and we're trying to be, you know, honest and helpful and not mean. That's all it matters, really.
My father had a great saying. He always used to say to me, always do somebody a good turn instead of a bad turn. If you can do, if it's within your power to help somebody, then do it. And that's advice I've lived with, you know, all my life. You know, if you can help somebody, something simple or something complex, doesn't matter. You can make somebody's day just by saying hello to them in the street. It's really strange, you know. Scottish Linda saying we should go to TAS in July. We can confuse everybody with their accents. It will be funny.
Well, that's it. But I mean, obviously, there's a lot of people who kind of been into chat a lot of time. So obviously, talking about helping other people, but some people are kind of a little bit next level, and it's hard to you know, you can try, but sometimes they are a little bit like one bridge too far, and they they need some kind of more specialized.
I think, and going back again to the channel, people who do come on at times, you can because I work in social care and the training that I've had in psychology and things like that, you can pretty much tell somebody that's kind of acting out, as it were. Won't name any names, but I'm sure you've been in the channel when these people have appeared, and it's important that you don't just dismiss them because you don't know what effect that could have on that person. But you've got to treat them with respect and and try and guide them towards maybe whatever help they need.
But sometimes you have to be bold with them as well.
Yes, be quiet or stop it. You got to put your foot down sometimes, but. Especially if it's disrupting the stream and everybody else.
Matt is saying faces for the radio.
Thanks so much.
It's okay. I mean, now these days, even if you got the radio show, you can still watch it live streaming onto YouTube. So I think this is just like even the radio. It's no get away from it. So but it's like I said. This kind of wave of kind of. Normal people like we just kind of being able to do what we're doing just like now. This is just the power of. YouTube is providing absolutely fantastic platform for content creators. You can from the content from our perspective, you can love it or hate it because obviously they also charge for that service. But like I said, it's a kind of a worldwide service which can be accessible everywhere in the world, and it's just like. Yeah, it has opened so many people, and I think just creating kind of its new reality really, because people less and less people kind of following these days the like a mainstream media, and then going over to X to
all sorts of different
you can
platforms.
take you can always, yourself you can verify things whether you can agree with so this I think this is. Really going the right way.
I'm of an age that I can actually remember days before we had internet, before we had broadband.
Yeah.
I was working in Strathclyde Uni at the time, and it was a great day when broadband was available. It wasn't even broadband at the time. It was a special connection that academic institutions have. It was the details. It's called a T5 connection, but it was like a high-speed broadband connection that nobody had. And this was amazing. Suddenly you press this button and you're connected to the world. It was an old platform. It was called Netscape Navigator. Some of you might remember that. Yeah, dial-up. Dial-up. That's right. You could dial up when you to use your phone line in the early days. But this was a fantastic opportunity for academic staff. For the general person on the street as well. Academics could share all their sort of research information. Quite quickly with other people.
Yep.
So it was a real turning point, I think, in history. That was way sort of back in the early 80s, which wasn't a long time ago.
No. Wasn't? No, I was born in the 80s.
You would remember.
1980. Like, right, Matt?
You were a broadband baby.
Well, I think in Poland, broadband wasn't a thing till, I don't know, I think 1980, 1990, 1991 or something.
Yeah, it's only been 40 years, and everybody takes. You know what it's like if you're doing something at home and your internet disappears. It's like cutting your arm off. It's like, what am I going to do now? Your entertainment's gone, your communication's gone, it comes to a standstill. It just shows you how much we rely on technology and communication.
Yeah, I agree. Just another comment from Sean saying Iain, your home has very comforting lighting.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Scheme, beautiful home. I do like it. It's kind of has a bit of a nice vibe.
Yeah, I like the
right. Yeah,
I like it too bright.
I would like you to talk a little bit now about your passion. You are into music. You create music.
Can you give me? Can you excuse me just a minute?
I'll tell at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
I
just have to go in.
Whenever you're ready. So Iain's got to administer some medication to.
See to my back shortly.
So I'll be back very, very shortly.
Don't go away.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's all. It's all good fun. Like I said, it's been nice drive over to Glasgow. It wasn't raining, so I hope just a spoiler, guys, for tomorrow. The event has been set up for our Edinburgh Airport stream for 7, but I think I'm not going to do that. I think we will probably start at 8, maybe 8:30, because I need to have a sleep, because I need to recover, because obviously getting up early for a morning stream, not as early as usual. I didn't get up at, oh, Mitzi, she's so cute, so nosy, look at that. Hey, hello. She's so cute, she's so cute. So yeah, tomorrow we will be starting a little bit later, 8 or 8:30, and obviously after the stream, or even during, I'm not too sure, Chris might pop in. I will be meeting him after. Just and just to, yeah. So Chris at the moment is kind of involved in his some very personal stuff, and his availability it's very limited. So that's why we had to give it, put the project on the shelf for now, for the streams from Scottish airports. But hopefully, like I said, I will be coming over here more often. Before the end of the year, I will also fit in another Q&A session. There will be some changes to the Facebook group, the Macc Aviation. I think we're gonna move that page from private to public. Yeah, I don't want to give you too much details, but yeah, there will be some improvements hopefully. But we have to wait. I probably the weekend after Christmas, I'm gonna slot just like an hour session to tell you where we're up to with stuff and what are my plans. Like I said, I've got to get things going, because it's been going on for ages, and it's I just to try to make it that final brave step to make it happen. Thanks, mate.
Yeah.
Is there, mate?
Back.
Cats coming around you, Arek. Yeah, no, thanks, Andy. Yeah, I love cats. I mean, now I've got, obviously, it's more like Lily. I mean, Lily, she's got a cat, but obviously I feed her, and I kind of, yeah. I think she's kind of, I feel like she's my little baby now, the cat.
Well, I wasn't putting the rubbish out, I was putting some drops in my eye.
Oh yeah?
Somebody said, was I taking the rubbish out? And they
The drops makes you, I feel less...
yeah, it's not really painful, it's just it's antibiotic drops and all sorts of different...
You don't feel like you've got a sand in your eye, nothing like that?
Not at all. It's just annoying more than anything. Gin or vodka. Scottish water. I'm afraid.
Yeah, it is good. Tap water. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's good stuff. Gin or vodka? Now, do you drink?
Not an awful lot. Contrary to the Scottish stereotype.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a great drinker at all. No, a couple of glasses of wine maybe now and again. That's my
What's your
my limit.
drink of choice?
I like Shiraz red wine.
No, fair enough. A good one.
Or Jack Daniels now and again. Probably get a bottle of that for
just with
Christmas.
rocks on, or just with Coke as well.
Really Coke.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I say a bottle can last weeks and weeks. I don't sit and.
No. I'm just asking.
Down it one of them.
Right, there's a question which has been raised question. It's something for Hannah actually. will we get a deep fried Mars in Glasgow, or is it more like Edinburgh thing?
There was a craze for doing that a few years ago. That seemed to be a popular thing. I've never actually never had one.
No, but is it like a local for a certain area, or just like
no?
It's
I think
across
you could actually. In fact, most sort of chip shops, if you go in and say, "Could you deep fry that for me?" We'll do it for a 50 pence or a pound or something. So you could
they do that. Yeah,
you could take anything in and get it deep fried.
Right. Okay, so.
It's fine, Andy. It's not. It's fine. Don't worry about it at all. He says he was only joking. It's fine. Don't worry.
So Roy's asking, what's your dream holiday destination? Obviously, we mentioned New Zealand.
Yeah, New Zealand.
What's your top three then?
I would say.
But you said you want to go to New Zealand only because it's furthest away,
yeah,
or is it because you love the island and the way it looks?
I think.
What?
Also because is it Bridgetown? The
Bridgetown is
the
that
airport,
it's
one of the most challenging approaches, which I've done in Flight Simulator. I did that in the simulator to it.
But in New Zealand?
And yeah, it's
Christchurch? No, it's not Bridgetown.
I'm sure
Auckland? Wellington?
It's one of them. I think it's Bridgetown.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah,
it's down that way anyway. But yeah, just to actually experience that in reality. I've done it on Flight Simulator and done it at the
Queenstown.
Queenstown, that's the
Thanks,
one.
Brian.
Yes, that's it. That's at Queenstown, not Bridgetown.
Oh, okay, no, that's fine. Yeah.
But yeah, that would be quite something. So yeah, New Zealand. I've got a friend who lives in New South Wales, in Australia. I'd like to go there.
Okay.
Not been there, but the spiders and snakes put me off. That's the only thing.
I mean,
but Karen Glenn,
yeah.
She says, I've lived here all my life and never seen a snake or a poisonous spider, so maybe something not to worry about too much.
It's
and Tokyo, yeah, Japan, yeah, I would like to go there. That looks an amazing country to see. Just the culture.
I've never been to Asia, so I like the culture there. And they're definitely on my list. But yeah, my top three probably would be New Zealand is my top one. And obviously I would like to spend like number two, if I would be able to spend like 3 months in America. Yeah, I would go there.
The States is something I've never really thought about.
So much there.
Obviously
I've been there last year, first time, and it's like kind of was comparing my.
Oh, you met Barbara?
My Barbara, Breakerbird, and some other people there, and it's like people are loud there. People they speaking out what they mind. It's like in England, they're just like you think twice before you say something out loud. Over there, just like you just go for it, And just I did like it.
The world, I think over the years the world has shrunk. You can get almost anywhere. Within a day or so, it's not too difficult.
I mean, that's the thing, and that's why the A350s and the Dreamliner is the kind of bringing those new destinations, and especially now, I think the revolution is gonna expand because the A321 extra long range, the new version. I think this is. The range of this aircraft, I think it's like 5,000 nautical miles.
Right. It's huge. It's half the planet.
Yeah, it is. So it's just like it will be even more affordable to travel around. So that's definitely something
to think about.
Yeah. So it's.
Having said that, I mean Scotland itself is I think it's a beautiful country, and there's so much to see here. I haven't seen half of it. I've been. Up north and down south, east and west, but say northwest home's best.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, to be able to say that, you do have to have that experience, and you have to go around and explore. To
get the different viewpoints, absolutely.
So Sean is asking again. Tell us about Iain's passion for music. You can see the drums behind. Any other instruments and the type of music you are into? Do you have like your YouTube channel, or you got Spotify?
I have a SoundCloud account. If you're interested, you can go on there. I've done a lot of mixes on there.
What's the So can we put that into the chat? Can you copy and paste it?
I can tell you exactly where it is.
Maybe you can play for us.
Oh no, I'm not up to that. I can't see out this eye.
You don't play with your eyes, just play with your hands. Come on, go.
Another day, honestly, no.
Put you on the spot.
I know.
A little bit.
I promise then, okay, I'll make this promise to you. I'll have a night where I'll
No,
give you a demonstration.
Make yourself a glass of Jack Daniels and come back.
if you have Jack Daniels, I'm afraid the rhythm goes off.
No, yeah. No, I'm kidding.
And that'll load up in a minute. But yeah, well, music's always been it's a cliche to say, but music is a real passion for me. All styles of music, be it classical, plain song, right through R&B.
But you are into electronic
everything.
music or like
EDM,
rock,
electrical,
or
yeah.
you're mixing both?
EDM is
EDM?
It's electronic dance music.
Oh, okay.
That can be I can make that up on the computer. I've got keyboard there and various controllers and things that you can mix music together. So I've mixed all sorts of things together, as you'll see on that. Once I get that site loaded, I can tell you exactly where it is. But it's always been a passion. I've always been interested in music. I learned to play keyboards. I was put to piano lessons when I was 7 years old.
Have you? Yeah.
I did that for a couple of years, but then I get fed up with it. The music teacher said I was apparently unteachable. I wanted to do my own thing rather than follow her instructions.
Really?
So I went my own way with it, I get involved with trance music. Trance music is a sub section of electronic music, and I find that's very. It just suits me because actually I've got a very slight OCD in my personality. And because it's rhythmical, because it's regular, that I feel in tune with it for some reason, if you pardon the pun. But certainly, that's my preferred style of music would be something like melodic trance or vocal trance, where you're adding vocals to that.
Yeah.
And a few years ago, I was in Gran Canaria, and I mentioned to somebody in one of the bars, how would you like to have some live music? Because the music was terrible. It was rubbish. It was just all the stock music, and I thought, this isn't too good. And they said to me, okay, we'll give you a slot. So I had to take all my equipment on the plane that year, and I was lucky enough to be given not a permanent spot, but I could always go back there, and they would give me an opportunity to do some music. And the feeling of it it's unbelievable. I can't explain it. I can't put it into words. That feeling that it gives you.
Yeah.
You're in effect, you're creating this atmosphere for people to enjoy themselves, and you see them really get into the music. And I don't know how many. I don't want to sound big-headed, but people would come up to me and say, "That's amazing that you can do that." Yeah. I said, "Do I don't find it difficult. I find it quite natural." So I was always. Not in demand, as it were, but certainly I've put my skills to good use. And it's something that, as I say, I enjoy it thoroughly. It's part of me. I'm always trying new styles, or trying to do new mixes. But it can be challenging at times. If you get requests for, do this into that song, and it can be difficult to not getting too technical to beat match things and get things in the right key for each other, so that it sounds like a natural progression.
Okay.
But it's something you learn, and as I say, it came quite naturally to me. It took a lot of work to get it to the point that I was happy with it, to actually do it live for people. But as I say, there's nothing beats that feeling of creating an atmosphere that people are enjoying themselves.
Oh, I know.
It's just I get into it as well, and it just naturally flows.
It does.
So that's where I'm at the moment with it. I'm taking requests, no, but certainly I've put some of my mixes on SoundCloud, and you can have a listen to them there. Some of them are better than others.
Have you put the link into the chat?
I've done about almost a couple of hundred.
But can you put the link into the chat?
I'll just get that. If this comes up.
Yeah, I mean, we've got we were talking about traveling around the places, and we got Sean saying, wait until you get to South Africa and Cape Town. You know, it will happen, man. It will happen. I'm already thinking about how I can go about, because obviously, guys,
It's a long trip.
obviously it's the way I kind of start thinking about this. It's I'll obviously we'll still do the plane spotting as a main thing, but obviously being invited to so many different places, I'm thinking about doing like additional maybe new channel, or maybe just to make a vlog about different places.
Yeah,
you know, it's just because like I said, we can just to start with, I probably got I can go to 20 destinations, having a local guide, someone I know from the chat, and yeah, obviously we can hopefully build on that. So it's
and
I love to meet new people. I'm
That's amazing, isn't
very
it?
open, you know, to people, and you know, I don't never date people based on, you know, race, color, you know, sexual orientation, religion, nothing to do with that. As long someone is kind of. I love common sense, you know. That's the main thing, you know. This is something I must say. Yeah. So
that's the link there if you're interested to go and see. I've done 164
tracks there. Yeah. I'm just trying
There's
to.
a lot of them there. So you can mix anything. There's ABBA. There's Robert Palmer. An artist called Arek. There's loads of different things. Ocean Labs, they're quite popular.
So I just pinned that to the top of the chat, guys. So if you can have a look,
You know, it's
have a read.
I'm actually in the process of learning to actually create tracks, to actually make them.
Yeah.
And I think that would be good to actually, you know, perform your own music, and like these famous people like Armin van Buuren and Carol Cox, things like that, really popular
Carl Cox.
DJs. Yeah,
He's a legend.
Oh, he's the top man, I would say. Like yourself, Arek, it's something. It's a passion that, you know, if I could be involved with it full time, I would. You know, it would be a really good career, but it's quite competitive, and it's once you get known yourself, you know, and
well, that's what I mean. But that's exactly what it is with YouTube, basically.
Yeah.
Because I mean, people think it's it's always easy to count, you know, someone else's money, and people only see what's coming in, and it's no one wants to, you know, tell you about what you have to put in to get something out from it.
Up
You know.
to you, that's right.
Hani saying, "What Arek Watts tour around the corner." If I could only start tomorrow, if I can only get the a sponsor or something, definitely would do that.
Yeah, that would solve a lot of problems, wouldn't it? Being sponsored.
No, but like I said, this is something I've got at the back of my head, and you know, hopefully it will.
Henna's asking, she'd like to hear it, and yeah, it's free. Henna, anybody can go into SoundCloud and you can just select what music you want to listen to. There's no fee involved in it at all. The only fee is if you want to actually put music on it. It's not expensive. It's only about £10 a month or something to subscribe to it. So it's well worth doing if you're interested in music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, yeah, if you are using it, yeah, 10
Matt saying Carol Cox is from his area.
sounds like nothing. Thanks and shout out to Pete Pedals and Plays. So good, 3 months with the channel. Really appreciate that support, matey. And Richard Dowd, good evening to you, sir. Good evening from not so sunny Stoke. Yeah, tell me about it. I'm just dreading to check the weather for Edinburgh tomorrow. Because
probably much of the same.
But I mean, I did have a look, and it's going to be quite windy tomorrow, up to 44 miles per hour. So this is quite. But it's going to be head on, so it's not going to be kind of a crazy cross landing. But it's going to be.
That storm the other week was quite severe. I think all over, but certainly down south, your way was much worse.
Yeah, I was. You know, I had that emergency last week.
That's right. We won't go into that one.
No. It was good weather.
good memories of Carol Cox. Yeah, he's really good. Obviously, he's the top man.
I don't believe he's like 60.
He's still going strong. He's been doing this for years.
He is. But the same, I mean, you can see after David Guetta, he's over 50, and you can see. But Carol Cox hasn't changed.
He's like a youngster.
He's
what's his secret? Yeah, it's good stuff. Try and say it. Carol, I remember seeing an interview with Carol Cox, and he's such a kind of humble guy as well. He's just it comes naturally to him. But he said, the success is down to the the producers and the technicians that go into this as well. I'm just doing the mixing, but that's the vital part of it. It's not. He sells himself a bit short.
It's hard for him to say, in 3 sentences, because it's kind of tip of the iceberg. So it's no, but obviously he knows how to create music, and he knows those machines inside out.
Yeah,
he's been doing that for like 40 years, I think.
I'll actually show you this.
Starting with the vinyls and stuff.
That's right. I've got this Lotto machine here. This is a very small version of what he would probably use, but this is basically how you control music. You have 2 decks here, as it were, simulating the old LPs, the records. I've never actually done any mixing with turntables because, firstly, I can't find any. I could if I was.
Can you play some music for us? Anything basic.
You can't play it on here.
I'm not asking you to sing.
Oh,
can you play for us?
I can let you hear some of the stuff that I've done, if that's what you mean.
No, that's not what I mean.
You can't. No, you can't.
I want you to freestyle.
I couldn't do it just now because it takes a lot of your cameras. It takes a lot of setup to do.
Are you kidding?
Certainly.
I'm trying to wind you up a little bit.
I mean, give me the opportunity, and I'll do a proper stream on it one day. It's something I've thought about maybe, because on things like Spotify and on SoundCloud you can actually go live. Yourself, and you can
absolutely
get everybody onto your channel.
You can start build community around yourself, man. Yeah, absolutely. I can give you some tips
when I'm rich and famous. I may make it in the big. It's certainly, as I say, it's something that's it's a real passion I have.
No, I'll get that. Right, let's go back to planes then again. So we talked about your favorite plane. Oh no, we didn't. What's your favorite?
I would say it's a 777. I know the A380 gets all the hype and fantastic marvel of engineering and stuff.
It is, it's fine.
But it is, and I remember the time I was with Arek at Glasgow Airport, and it's enormous, until you see the size of it. It just, everything else is dwarfed by this enormous machine. But I think it's quite ugly. It's quite an ugly, cumbersome thing,
as we call it, the biggest forehead in aviation history.
And
that fits very well. Once you hear that once, it does kind of.
I'm sure it's very comfortable, and it's fantastic to fly on. But I've never actually flown in a 777 either. That's another ambition I have. So maybe when I go to Australia or Japan or wherever I'm headed.
When I was, like I said, when I was trying to explore some of the options to go to New Zealand, it was like you get connection from Manchester. I think the best connection, the cheapest connection was to go to Manchester, Singapore, and Singapore to Auckland. I think that was so that's obviously A350. But I think if you can go to Qatar, or you can go to Abu Dhabi and Abu Dhabi to Auckland as well. So it's.
I have a work colleague that lives in. Well, she's originally from the Philippines, and she's been on the 777, the A380. So I'm very, very jealous of her.
No, that's a nice combo. That
she visits home sometimes.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I have flew on 777 yet. No, it's another one on my list. Hopefully it will make happen.
It's good to have a bucket list, I think, of things you want to do.
Absolutely. Pixie Chick, good evening to you, Magdalena. Hope you are well.
Pixie.
Thanks for tuning in. So guys, this is kind of a thing which I'm gonna to explore and build on. I kind of love talk with you. Obviously, I cannot, allocate as much attention while we doing the stream, but I think this is, I'm really kind of love this kind of relaxed atmosphere and the way these kind of Q&A sessions go. And it's more like, I think I might obviously rebrand it, because Q&A sounds like it can kind of build a bit of a...
It's like an interview.
Yeah.
I'm saying that to Lorraine earlier. I feel as if I'm going to be in an interview.
I just need to find a better way of wording it. But this is definitely something we're gonna build on.
At home with Macc Aviation.
At home,
and at home.
Yeah. I need to find some catchy phrase for it. I think I like the thing, meet the Macc crew. That's a good thing. So obviously we got Iain. So any other of you guys willing to tell your story, to talk about your passion, about how you get into, obviously. I'm just one text away. We can arrange a slot for that to happen. Obviously, Macc Aviation on Instagram, or maccaviationlife@gmail.com. That's the best way to get direct contact with me. Okay, so that's the favorite aircraft. We got that bit there. Favorite destination. Got any funny stories which you have experienced while kind of were flying, or just?
I think. Let me think. Yeah, I think I was going to. It was one of the times I was going to Amsterdam. It was with KLM, and Roy kindly explained what KLM stood for. I can't remember what it is. But
it was a difficult one to think.
I remember. We were delayed for quite some time. It was half an hour, then it was an hour, then it was 2 hours. So all off the plane, back on again as you do. And this woman, she was complaining. This is ridiculous. This is terrible. I've got things to do, and she was giving the cabin crew a real hard time. And they were just trying to pacify her.
Wow.
And when we were up in the air, I happened to, I think I went to the loo or something. And at this particular, the girl that was cabin crew, I said, that passenger gave you quite a hard time there.
Yeah.
And she says, oh, that's nothing. She says, that's mild compared to some of the abuse we get.
Really?
And I thought,
wow.
And that's incredible. I said, is it not better having a hydraulic problem on the ground up at 37,000 feet? Well, exactly, but people don't see it that way. I've actually got a friend that was cabin crew for a while with EasyJet. And he said, "Well, I love the job, except for the passengers. If it was for the passengers."
I mean, if you think about that, how many they got? Like, let's say, how many sectors they can do in a day?
That's
like
right,
two. So you're talking about hundreds and hundreds of people every day in, day out, and even if it's like 1%, you're still gonna get like 20 a month, which is like really awkward.
Yeah.
So that's all never.
They're well trained and they're professional with it.
So let's see, BBC weather for tomorrow. A drizzle. I don't mind drizzle as long as it's Sunday. It looks like it's dry-ish in the morning.
Take your umbrella.
I've got an umbrella, yeah.
But
it's all about. The wind is picking up from 12 for 19 miles per hour to 40 between 10 and 11. So it's going to be really, wow. Sunrise 8:38, sunset 3:50, 3:38. So day is going to last 7 hours tomorrow.
Oh, dear.
7 hours, that's it. From sunrise to sunset, 7 hours, that's all it is. Scary.
As they say in Scotland, the nights are fair drawing in. The days are getting shorter.
Crazy.
Is it the 21st? It's the shortest day after the 21st. Things are hopefully brightening up again.
I know, and I just cannot wait to see to go and see Sean in Africa. Yeah, who knows? I might get a GoFundMe to go and visit him. Yeah. Trying to find cheap tickets.
Ken Alloway suggesting, how about fireside chats with Macc?
No, I love that. Me and oh, Maria saying me and playing crazy when we do the photos, maybe. Oh yeah, because we're gonna. We have. I think we have penciled in the Sunday the 6th, isn't it, or the 5th, for some photo shoot out with Maria and playing crazy. Yeah, it's a good shout, Maria. I'll be more than happy to do that. I vote at Mrs. Wolf's for Q&A, for meet and greet. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think if Lorraine, are you in the chat? I mean, if you want to do it, I'll be at your doorstep next day. Just text me. Sean, next in South Africa, please. I know.
That'd be quite something.
Is there any direct flights flying to Cape Town, Sean? I don't think we gotta get anything from London Heathrow. I'll have a Google now. You up to anything this Christmas?
No, quite quiet. I don't really have much of a family. I've just got my son, so he'll be popping over on Christmas Day. I'd like to see him. But other than that, no real real plans.
Chilling.
Just, aye.
Are you working right now, or are you off work?
No, I'm actually off just because of the
eye
conditions I had. Plus the eye. Yeah, that's keeping me off at the moment. So I'll be a bit bored looking for something to do.
Oh yeah.
Probably go to a friend's actually on Christmas Day for Christmas dinner and things like that. So yeah, it'll be good.
Fair enough. Have you ever flew on a prop?
Never. No. I've never experienced a prop ever. No, it's always been jets before.
Are you a fan of prop planes?
Yeah, I like them. They're quite different, obviously, from
loud.
Yeah, I can imagine it'd be really loud. But, no, not had that experience as yet.
And have you been down Logan Air flight?
Never. No, I see them at the airport quite regularly.
Obviously.
Scottish pride.
I know, yeah.
But, no, never actually been on them.
Cape Town date. It's got to be next year then. April. No, I mean not April. May. What's the best weather? What's the best month to visit you, Sean? In South America? In South. What's wrong with me? In Cape Town, Republic. Is it Republic of South Africa?
I think it's
RSA,
different.
Yeah. So is it May good enough to visit? Let's say between the 5th and the 18th. Let's see. Apply. London, any.
You see North Sea or do a flight from Gatwick?
Let's see. Trying to get Skyscanner. See what they're gonna bring. What ideas they're gonna bring in? Right. Oh really? Sean's saying North Air is providing direct flight from Cape Town, from Gatwick. Oh, you just said that, yeah. Hopefully I'll use them as well. Okay, that sounds... Well, I mean, the good news, North Air, it sounds like it's a relatively cheap option because obviously they provide service, like you can, again, they bring you more destinations, but it's a kind of no frills airlines, but at least, it's all about...
Just get you there.
Yeah, well, exactly.
No frills, no fuss.
Yeah. No, that's what I mean, yeah. Maria saying, I can't wait for Christmas, but I'm not going public. Yeah, fair enough. Keep it.
What is it you're planning to do with your channel, Maria?
Oh yeah, Maria's got she just opened a channel, so that's Maria.
Is it going to be?
AKA Maria Oaks now. He's Mad Travel Adventures. Hopefully, you're gonna leave that for Maria when she's gonna.
Tagline is making the mundane insane. So that bodes well. That sounds good. Making the mundane.
What?
She's got a tagline on her channel.
A tag?
Making the mundane insane. So
Okay.
It sounds as if she's planning some good things.
Okay, this is the cheapest, fastest. So the best. No, I don't want to. With one stop. Are you sure, Sean, there is a direct flight? It's not coming up on the Sky Scanner, but it shows the flight with one stop, Ethiopian, 550 return ticket, which is reasonable, I guess.
Yeah.
With the fastest. So.
And he's just asking, do I have to work over Christmas? Normally, because I work in social care, you tend to work either Christmas or New Year, but this year I'm happy to say that I'll be missing both. So I'll be giving it a miss this year.
Fair enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously you've got to recover first and then you can go from there. Boom, boom.
Well, is that what you're doing, Maria? She's showing how to get about with public transport. That's always useful to know, because if you're stuck, my car was off the road for a little while. They were getting repairs, and it was like, you've lost your mode of transport. You're relying on public transport. I had no idea where I was going or how to get anywhere. And he's saying, what do I like to do in my spare time? But be careful, Arek is sitting next to you. In my spare time, I watch Macc Aviation, of course.
Yeah.
But I watch a few channels, but obviously...
Do you? How dare you?
I do, I know, I watch a few, but purely for comparison purposes, and realise that we're one of the best, if not the best. There you are, that's a...
No, there's some finishing, like I said, guys, so with some finishing touches are coming over. As well, I think we've got pretty much now, pretty much everything. Just pity. I mean, it's good and bad. Kind of, when I'm watching the streams from Los Angeles, I just feel so jealous for them, because they've got like those tables, and they know it's not gonna rain. Full stop. And if it's raining, the stream is cancelled because it's raining. But obviously, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit, but yeah, it's just the weather makes so much difference, and it's just like, if you want to have like a lot of different things, like different those overlays and good audio and good quality video, it's just like it's your equipment and your setup is kind of growing exponentially.
I think it's one of these things. It takes time, but if you start with a good foundation and more importantly, I think a good attitude, then the people will come. It's
I
one
agree,
of these things.
Expensive hobby there, though. We're talking about plane spotting, man. November to February, best summer weather months in Cape Town. Okay, noted. And then it's gonna getting really hot. I'm guessing. Iain, what do you like to do? Oh, we already answered the question. Hannah was asking, what did you give me to drink? I got water.
Pure Scottish water.
Pure Scottish water.
Best
Tap water.
in the UK.
Cheers.
There's Lorraine, she's still in the chat.
Huh?
There's Lorraine, she's still with us.
Is she? Bless her. Might do crew to Macclesfield. Oh, you're talking about the coming to Macc. Yeah, Macc is good. I like my little town.
And he's asking, what's your favourite livery? Probably Emirates. It's quite stunning. I like the sort of plainness but boldness of the livery.
Which one? They like which livery as a kind of standard or a special livery?
Just as a standard livery, I think he's asking.
You like Emirates, yeah?
Yeah, just I like the sort of plainness of it as well.
I mean, it's a pity we don't see Air New Zealand. You know,
That's
the
right,
all black.
That's right, the all black.
That's something else.
British Airways I quite like as well. It's quite good, I think. I always liked the home livery, as it were.
I mean, talking about basics livery, I think my favourite is the Qatar.
Yeah. Oh, it's quite bold, isn't it?
I think the combination of the
red.
colours, like the kind of sand colours there, it's making them look so good. Obviously, the A380. Again, Qatar. It is one of the as a standard livery. I like that a lot. Obviously, it's a pity we don't get a chance to see the turtle.
That's right. The different styles.
That's a special livery. Talking about the it's ANA, the old Nippon Airways of. Going from Japan to going to I think it's regular going between Tokyo and Hawaii Islands.
Roy was saying actually earlier on the stream earlier, I was saying about the scabby looking TUIs that they have at the moment. He's saying it costs something like 150 to 200,000 pounds to respray a plane, which is quite unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they also, but they do it for the reason. Obviously, I think once the plane starts flaking off, obviously it kind of increases the drag as well.
Course, yeah.
So
sort of technical reasons too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, but obviously some airlines has got budget for that. Some maybe not as much. You know, obviously they got different. Etihad in gold, stunning livery. Yeah, that's a good shout out there, Brian. Destination, not Dubai, but RVP next July. For Sean Northcote. Yeah, absolutely. We will look after you, Sean. Don't worry about buying yourself a hotel. You can stay in my place, mate. Oriental Ruby for Junial. That's another good one. I've not seen it with my naked eyes. I have seen that on Airliners live stream a few times, but I never get a chance to see it while I'm at the airport. So this is still something ahead of me. But it was Junial coming into Manchester today, which was kind of new to me.
That's right. That was a strange one, wasn't it?
Yeah, because it's usually. I think they must have increased the number of rotations from.
Andy Polo's asking if I was a wrestler, what would your entrance music be?
If you were what?
A wrestler.
A wrestler.
What would my entrance music be? Oh, I don't know.
Oh, is it really? That's a good question.
I have to think about that.
You ever been into wrestling?
I've never really sort of been into it, but I supported a gentleman a few years ago that wanted to go to see it, and it's quite an experience.
Is it? Yeah.
So it was good. It was good to see it. He quite enjoyed it, but I could take it or leave it, to be honest.
Egypt is another good one, Hani or Hamey.
Kenneth's saying that's hospitable. Arek will all be coming to skipping at your place. Bring your tent.
Yeah, absolutely, Hannah. Absolutely. All you have to do is just put yourself in the plane. Yeah, you can save money on hotel at my place, and just come over. You're welcome. As long as we can plan for it, in advance, we can find a way through that. Wolf is saying Qatar Airways is lovely too. Yeah, I mean we don't see that Thai. I mean the only Thai which we see in Manchester, obviously, is the one which came over for a refurb, and it's just been dumped there for the A330. I don't think it's going to be going anywhere anytime soon.
Some of you might remember, it was a few years ago. There was a chap called Freddie Laker Airways. It was way back in the 70s. You wouldn't remember it,
I wasn't even born in
But
70s.
you're
so.
around then. But yeah, I think his
Was it
livery
the
was
UK
quite...
airline or?
He was based in... he was down south somewhere, I can't remember exactly where. But he had flights in and out. He was one of the first sort of to do charter flights. He was sort of the sort of main person that introduced that.
Wow.
Long gone now, but you know he started the trend of the sort of charter airways, which was new at the time.
Yeah, it was. Before that, it was only like privilege for rich ones.
Totally.
Yeah, flying, full stop. It's only one room, Hannah. Only one room for everyone to fit in. So be aware. Cargo look 747 in retro livery. I've not seen that one.
No.
But talking about cargo looks and press week, that's one of the airports which we're definitely gonna visit, guys, at some point next year. This is it has been on my list for a long time. I know you have mentioned, Ken, that it is coming twice weekly. Do you know which dates are they when it's coming over to Press Week? And obviously, it's on and off a lot there, and you can get some military planes there as well.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Depending on the DHL was quite stunning. The yellow and red. It's quite a looker.
Right. Yeah, it's a good shout out again. The all Nippon Airways, the turtle liveries. Yeah, they are so good. They're kind of colorful. They're looking good. It's kind of the same like beluga. It's kind of makes they make in plane looks like an animal. I mean, the beluga is like a prime example of this, how we can make plane look like something else, really.
The dolphin, the flying dolphin, they call it.
Yeah. The belugas. Yeah, that's right. We've seen one today at the stream. And
That's right. Yeah.
It's because we had a bit of a kind of a bright day today in Manchester for a change. It was like, whoa, what? It was cold. I mean, especially in the morning. It was just so cold. I wasn't, because I checked the weather. It's like showing 6 degrees centigrade, and it's okay. It's not that bad, but the wind was really cold. And but I mean, obviously we have done it.
Welcome to the British weather.
I know, yeah. I mean,
the guaranteed rain.
How many times I've done it, and just like I've just been too naive, maybe. Thanks, Ken, for the feedback. So usually Thursday, sometimes on Tuesday. Best checking in advance. Yeah, okay. They are prone to occasionals. No show. Okay, fair enough. Right. Like I said, we will give it a try next year, definitely. Hopefully we're gonna get some good ones.
And he's asking if any hobbies. Just, well, music's the big thing for me. Bit of plane spotting at Glasgow Airport. That's about the main ones.
Yeah.
Keeps me busy.
Definitely.
I don't have any desire to do any of these extreme sports like jumping out. I'm quite happy to sit on a plane, but I wouldn't jump out of one on a parachute or anything like that. No.
Never? Have you ever tried?
No, would never. I just have a thing about it. I wouldn't do it. Too much of a wimp.
It's kind of extreme. I'll have that. Yeah, jumping out from 10,000 feet.
These people with the wingsuits that go flying.
Oh yeah, but that's the Red Bull geeks. You know, that's the they taking that thing into the extreme, definitely. Right, guys. Any more questions? We are now. We've been going for nearly 2 hours now.
It's amazing. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It is fun.
Are you all set up for Christmas, everybody? Have you all got your Christmas plans and your Christmas shopping done, I hope?
I think it's So this is 14th today, isn't it? Yeah.
Not long.
Yeah, just a week and a bit, 10
Not
days.
long, yeah.
Bang on.
It's funny. I was just saying to somebody on the stream today. It's funny how you can look back when you were young, quite young as a child, and that excitement, that anticipation of Santa Claus coming. It's something that stays with you forever. And then the magic is broken when you find Santa's not real.
No, it is real. What do you say?
Very real.
Of course it is real.
Of course it's real.
Hannah saying my mom did a bungee jump. Wow, that's as near the type of extremes for me. Thanks, being related to one, having done that. Right, okay, fair enough.
My extreme sport at the moment is going outside when it's icy and not falling over.
I was thinking about doing that place when they've got, how do you call it? The kind of fake jump from the plane. They've got this big fan and you kind of
what do they call it? Zero gravity or something?
Yeah, for something like that.
You can get the experience of it.
I'm thinking about something like that maybe. It sounds like fun.
Well, there was one documentary I remember seeing. Do you remember Stephen Hawking?
Oh yeah.
The astrophysicist. Mm-hmm. He did this thing on. They called it the vomit comet. This plane would go up at a really sort of steep angle, and then it would drop.
Is it?
Faster than gravity. So you were actually floating inside the plane. He said it was a great experience. It was like free fall.
They can kind of
do
that's right.
It's a special sort of path that they follow. It just drops so quickly.
I believe
they're actually going faster than gravity. So you're floating in the middle of the plane.
Yeah. That's right.
A lot of sick bags were used.
I think you can see it on YouTube actually.
Yeah, they're still there.
This is quite. I have seen it quite a few times actually. Right, guys. I think it's time to wrap up now. Any more questions? And welcome to Nicola Clark joining us, watching from South Chadderton. Yep. Marek and Chuck watching from South Chadderton. Welcome to the stream, guys. Matt saying they use A310 for that experience. Believe more often than not. Gotcha. So I need to come up with a bit of a checklist. So we did talk about planes, your favorite planes, your favorite experience.
Yeah.
Aviation, how you get into the aviation. What else can we talk about? Have you ever been to different Scottish islands, kind of like a Barra or how do you call it? Stornoway? How do you pronounce it?
Stornoway. No, I've never really been up that far, sort of north of Scotland. But no, it's on the list. My tour of Scotland.
Tour of Scotland. Yeah.
Tour of Scotland. Aye.
What's your favourite place in Scotland?
I quite like down Ayrshire, the Ayrshire coast, sort of down towards Girvan, Stranraer, the sort of southwest of Scotland. Dumfries and Galloway is a region of Scotland. Mm-hmm. It's quite scenic.
Is it? Yeah.
But as I say, there's so much to explore in Scotland.
I know, yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I'm asking.
You
can give some ideas to our fellow watchers.
Papa Westry on the cards.
What's that?
Matt Smith saying is Papa Westry on the cards. That's an extremely faraway island, I think. I think that a few of the islands, the runway's actually the sand. They've got to time it.
Papa Westry? I don't get it.
The tide.
What's
it's quite a...
Is it a location?
A small island, yeah. It's
and
they use the beach. They've got to wait till the tide goes out to use the beach as a runway.
Yeah, I mean, I will go there. Whether it's gonna be next year or year after, we're definitely gonna have that experience together, guys. and they use the DC. No, the heavy lens. They use the heavy lens for that one. Yeah.
Small ones, yeah.
Yes, definitely we're gonna do that, guys.
You've been to Alloway, Ken Alloway of Alloway's. You've been to Alloway, that's a nice part of the country as well. Burns country. Barra, land in the Shingle Beach, that's right.
So that's another one for us to consider.
Rangers, I don't really follow football, Sean, at all. I watch it now and again, and if Scotland are playing, but I wouldn't say I was a die-hard fan. I'm not really...
You're not?
Not really sort of sporty minded.
But it still can be kind of extreme.
Oh, it's still in Glasgow, it can still be a
Yeah, is it still the case, yeah?
Yeah, Celtic and Rangers, it's still that sort of mentality of... which I find strange because the fans will all get together after the game, the Celtic fans and the Rangers fans will have a great time together, but they're at each other's throats during the match. It's crazy, it's funny.
Yeah.
I never understood the kind of... I can understand the rivalry as it were, but to take it to these extremes, I find it's strange, you know.
Yeah.
People, you know, making... It's all down to religion, really. I mean, it's technically Rangers are the Protestant fans and Celtic are the Catholic fans. I think people just use it as an excuse just to have a fight with each other, you know, if you're that way inclined, as it were.
Nice. Now you said that, Matt, the shortest flight, 90 seconds. No, that's right. Yeah, I got it now. Yes, I got it now. So again, that's another one for us to do. And shout out to Owen Fleming joining us, extending his premium with the channel. Now 5 months. Thanks again for that one. Really appreciate that a lot. And Macc One just joined us. We're just about to finish, by the way, Macc One. But as I said, in case you've missed it, first couple of days of January 2025 is going to be very exciting because we're going to do on the 2nd of January Aberdeen, weather permitting. That's Thursday. Then on a Friday we're gonna go to Edinburgh to meet and greet first A350 arrival ever in a commercial flight of the Emirates, going to Dubai, obviously Edinburgh, and then obviously I'll stay here for a day, and Saturday most likely it's going to be Glasgow, but it depends on the weather. If not Glasgow, then maybe I'll do it again, Edinburgh. We'll see how it goes. So yeah, some great start of the 2025 on Macc Aviation, with a lot of hopefully following up Scottish planes and visits as the year will progress.
Well, you're welcome back to Scotland anytime.
No, that's great. I mean, I love Scotland. Kind of reminds me of Poland a little bit. Maybe not as much the landscape, but mentality of the people.
Yeah, the people.
It's more like kind of they're more like
Friendly on the whole.
Yeah.
Most of them are quite. They'll chat to you in the street or just even say hello to you, as I say.
Yeah.
So,
Let's see. She's so cute. She's adorable. She really is.
I'm going down to Macclesfield for the night. Go home with that.
Yeah. The round trip.
Go your holidays. My holiday down there. Ow.
Oh really, Papa? Macc One saying the round trip to Aberdeen to Westeray on to 50 quid. So that's where would I find that, man? It's like, where do I look for it? If that's all it is, I'll do it. Next time I'll go there. I mean, having said that, it's kind of January, so it might be, obviously the weather might not be the best. But yeah, if it's
some of these travel sites like Opodo and Expedia, you can usually find flights on there.
I'll try to. I'll make a note, because otherwise I'll forget. I'll remind myself. You know, in 3 months' times. Oh,
where was that?
Shit.
Maria's saying, I've loved tonight's show. Well, thank you very much, Maria. It's been good to chat to you all.
Yeah, it was fun. yeah, I think guys, it's like I said, we're approaching 2-hour mark. It was great pleasure. So Iain, thank you very much for having us at your home.
You're very welcome. You're welcome anytime.
We had absolutely great time. It wasn't as stressful as you thought it might be. Yeah?
No, I found my rhythm.
No, that's fine. Just get the first 10 minutes out of the way, and you'll be fine. And he just did just that. So that was a brilliant effort. So guys, obviously, as I said, more of this kind of settings to come on the channel. Like I said, I do love to talk with you guys, and getting opportunity to you from the other side to meet and build or to take those relationships to the next level. So that's definitely something we're gonna build on 100%.
Thank you very much, Sean. Thank you, Lorraine. I think it was good to meet me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very welcome, Matt.
Definitely, it was fun. Like I said, guys, I know it's Saturday evening. There's a lot of competition, a lot of other stuff going on the telly. So we really appreciate you popping in and joining us on this session. Once again, Iain, thank you for having us at your home, and thanks for being part of our amazing community. And we wouldn't be the community wouldn't be as it is now without you getting involved at that early day. So. It's
all good, and as I say, I feel quite proud and privileged to be on the channel and being involved as I am. So
thank you.
More strength.
We are so happy to have you with us. Cheers, mate. Thank you. All right, guys. So thanks again for today. Tomorrow, as I said, we're gonna do a stream. Yes. So hopefully you're gonna saw the emoji for Iain today, tonight. We'll do it together. As this is, I was kind of I had an idea, but it didn't look as good as I hoping to look. So yeah, hopefully when we get into the stream tomorrow, there's gonna be one. So just bear with me on that one. Thanks 1234. It was fun. Yes. So I'll see that feedback once again. Great stream tonight. Thanks Andy P. Well, thank you for that. Matt Smith, thanks for that as well. So see you tomorrow, guys, and have a good evening. All the best.
See you later.
And thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye. I just need to maybe this one. Yeah, I think so. And once again, a shout out to everyone who has got some gifties to get the channel going. Trying to help me to cover some of the cost of the travel expenses and all that kind of good stuff. So guys, thank you very much for that. All the best.